Hey, welcome to the channel. It's Jack with Stronghold Strength and Conditioning. And today, we're talking about when is the best time to do your workout. But before we get into it, make sure you take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Thursday, I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance inside the gym and outside of it in your daily life and routine. And it doesn't get much better than that. So take advantage of it. Ready? Let's go ahead and dive into this one. All right, like I said, today we're going to be talking about how to decide when to actually do your workouts. And there's 4 keys that we're going to be focusing on here to help you actually determine, and 4 keys that you can use. You don't have to use all 4 of them, but there will be some determining factors in there that will be key to helping you decide what is going to be best for your programming based off of who you are and what variables come into play in your life. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. Key number 1, probably the most obvious one that we could possibly state here, but the ground level foundation of it all is simply adherence. Picking a time in your schedule that you're going to be able to adhere to on a regular basis, because if you're not able to be consistent with those workouts, or the timing that you choose is affecting your consistency overall, meaning that you're more consistently missing them than actually getting them in, then that is probably the biggest thing that we need to really pay attention to in the first place, is just consistently building a schedule where we're able to work out regularly and know that this is our workout time, this is when I work out, and I'm not going to miss it. There's nothing else that could possibly get in the way of that, and that is important to consider first. So consistency and adherence are going to be our biggest key and foundational factor in choosing what time of day we work out, whether that's morning or evening or afternoon, depending on what your schedule looks like. Key number 2, the quality. So the next thing that we really want to take into consideration when choosing our time of working out is going to be the quality of the workouts that we have, or the quality of that time that we're putting in. So we've found a time that we can be consistent at, but how does it actually feel to us when we're doing those workouts? Now, personally, I've always been a morning person when it comes to working out. So this is something that I've always done. It's easy for me to get in, get out of the way, and be done and moving into my day knowing that I've got it done, I'm feeling good about it, and that is just a personal preference to me as far as overall the quality that I feel. I've worked out in the evenings before, and there's always that factor of by the time it is evening and the kids have gone to bed, I just don't want to get up and do a workout at that point in time. I'm drained from the day. I'm really just putting what last bit of energy that I have into a workout that's at the end of the day. So that is just my personal experience with it, but you can test both and give them each time to really test the quality of it, as far as, maybe you do about 12 weeks in the morning, 12 weeks at night, and compare those two and see which works better for you personally overall, and which ones you have more energy to actually put into. It'll also help you go back to key number 1 and see which one you're able to be most consistent with overall. So first 2 keys are consistency and adherence, and 2, the quality control over it. So are the workouts actually quality? Do you have the energy to put in, or are you really just giving it your last bit of energy, able to perform poorly in it? Key number 3. All right, so imagine we're building a pyramid here. Our base was our consistency and our adherence. Just above that, we have the actual quality of the workouts there, so a little bit of preference on those. And then if we're really to get a little bit more specific and look at what science kind of says about timing our workouts, and if we have the flexibility to actually incorporate this, then we can start to look at what's called temporal timing. So the timing and spacing of the workouts, making sure that that is a consistent thing as well. So we're always working out at the same time of day, or we're always working out with a split schedule that's about the same routine. So this is now looking at the consistency of the routine itself. So think about working out Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 4:30 a.m. versus working out Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 p.m. Those are going to be two very different things, and whoever works out more consistently at the 4:30 a.m. time is going to have a hard time switching their schedule and working out at 5 p.m. and having that same energy and that same consistency, because our bodies adapt to that stimulus of, we have a time that we work out, we know that this is when we are actually exerting that type of energy. So using this timing, if you are someone who competes, it might actually be beneficial to time your training up with the time that your events usually are. And that is something big to consider. So if you're someone who actually competes at a sport or an event, your training, if you can, should be timed up with the event timing that you would normally be competing. And that might also give you a competitive edge as far as that goes. All right. And finally, key factor number 4. This would be the top of our pyramid here. It's actually going to be muscle growth. So when we actually look from the perspective of muscle growth, what does the science say there? So most people commonly believe that since our testosterone levels for guys are higher in the morning, that mornings would generally be better for us when it comes to actually growing muscle. But what the science actually says is that the opposite is true, that evenings tend to be the better time that indicates more muscle growth and shows more significant muscle growth versus morning workouts. So if this is something that's very important to you and you really are focused on muscle growth, then you might benefit more from actually timing your workouts so that they are in the 4 to 7 p.m. window time frame. That window is where we see a significant difference in muscle growth over, it was shown over a 24-week period. So over a 6-month period, that is where we have seen significant difference. There wasn't much significance between just 3 months, but over time it showed that that was likely true. So whatever that has, there might be some underlying factors there that we haven't quite pinpointed, but for whatever reason, for muscle growth, it's been shown that evening times are actually more effective for that. All right, and there you guys have it. The 4 keys that you can use to help you choose the appropriate timing for your workouts. If you have the full flexibility to use all 4 of them, by all means, I would recommend it and go ahead and use it. If you don't, at least making sure that you're hitting those bottom 2 of consistency and quality time. So what works best for you and what can you do consistently really is all that matters in the long run, because if you're not working out at all, we got a real problem. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up down below and take a moment to share this one with a friend. If you're somebody who's been struggling with mobility challenges, and that's part of what messes with your timing overall of when you choose your workouts, because you're waking up, you're stiff, you're restricted, you can't get up and go right into a workout, mobility is something you need to be working on. And every month I open up 5 new slots for new clients to change their mobility to move with the ease and energy and youthfulness of their kids in the next 90 days. If this is you, and you're looking to improve your mobility, rid yourself of knee pain, shoulder pain, low back pain, any of those, then what I need you to do is drop by the description down below and take a moment to fill out the coaching application so that I can get in contact with you and make sure that it's a good fit for you. Lastly, if you have not already, make sure you take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Thursday I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance inside the gym and outside of it in your daily life and routine. Welcome to the Stronghold Army. I'll catch you next week.